I wanted to do like an easy, simple Halloween DIY. It's kind of like a dupe. So you can get these dollhouses from Dollar Tree. We're not going to use the furniture that is in there, just the dollhouse part. I'm going to pop out the windows. You could leave those in and do this all one color, but I had an idea from an item that I saw at Pottery Barn. It was really a couple items, but so I changed it up based on the item that I saw at Pottery Barn. So I'm just going to pop out the windows, the doors. They're kind of easy to pop out and then pop back in once you're done. They have like little hooks on them that you just snap in and out, and then the top of the door frame has little dots. I'm just going to spray paint this. I just did one coat of this with the black spray paint, and it comes out so nice and even. So if you have spray paint to do the windows, you'll get a better coverage than I got with the paint. But like I said, I wanted the extra little pop of color. I'm gonna leave the green windows green because I think that plays in the Halloween too. But I'm gonna paint everything that is purple. So I just wanted to show you some of my inspiration. When you go to like the high end stores, this is Crate and Barrel. They always have these pieces and they charge so much for them. So you see, they have these metal houses right here, and they are a lot. And all they did was this black metal, and they put a little light behind it. So simple. But you can see the items at Pottery Barn, kind of similar too. I want to do these mats. There's a lot of items that probably what I want to do. They're just nice and simple, but they give a little pop. But this is an inspiration piece from Pottery Barn. It's a candy dish. It's not the same, but the little pops of orange, I think, just added something extra to it. So I just wanted to put the little pops of orange in it. But like I said, you would get better coverage if you did it with the spray paint. But I didn't have an orange can of spray paint, so I'm just going to paint mine. I did a couple of coats. It doesn't really stick well, but this is something that you're not going to be touching. It's not going to be like a high touch item. You're going to prop it up, and that's it. You're basically done with it once you have done it and put it up. So as long as you're careful with it, it shouldn't matter if the coverage is not like the best. So I'm just going to pop those windows back in. And you can see, I think the green plays in well with the Halloween like colors, but for some reason I was trying to get it in from the back, but you just pop it in from the front. You kind of bend it a little bit. You see the little hooks that are there, and then you just snap it, and then it is done. But the orange pieces, if you use paint, just be careful because, like I said, it's like kind of sitting on top. So I did scratch mine a little bit. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a touch up. You can paint these while they're on, but then you'll have to be careful not to get onto the black. So it is easier to paint them when they are off of the house. But I think the orange and green play cute together. And that is really it. Okay, so now I'm going to put string lights in the back of mine. These are a lot of string lights. It's a long light. You can maybe get a shorter one, or you can use like those little faux tea lights, the ones that, are like battery operated. Those would work too. But just to give it a little extra light, and then this is it. This is how it came out, and you can make like a whole little cute setup with these. And again, you can do it all black if you want. If you like, make sure to follow for more fun and easy DIYs. Okay, let's make this super easy, quick Halloween DIY using Dollar Tree items. All right, I have this picture frame from Dollar Tree. I already took the glass and stuff out. So you just pop it out, and then you'll have the little flaps there on the back. And then I have this white yarn, and I'm just going to we're going to make a spider web with the yarn. So I'm just going to take, and I'm going to hot glue mine down. If you had like a wood frame, you could staple these into place, but you just want to make sure that if you're using the glue, that it does dry, and then you pull it tight so that it's a tight pull, because you don't want it loose. And then once you do the other side, that dries, you can trim that off. You can pull up those flaps so that they're not seen in the front, or you could just take them off totally. And then you're just going to go around making the basic shape for the web. So you're going to go two straight, one straight up and down, one straight across, and then the other one's going from one corner to one corner and one corner to one corner. So you should have all of that, and it should look like that. I went over it on top with glue too, just to make sure everything stayed in place. Once that was all dried, then we're going to work on the inside, which is simple too. So you're going to take your yarn and just tie it in a knot. It's really easy, really simple. I only tied it one time, and then you can measure out how far you need around. And then you can do this two different ways. Okay, so for the first way, I'm showing you, you just make sure it's, like I said, nice and tight, and you can tie knots. So you can go on to each of the strands that you have there, loop over, tie a knot, and just keep going around, kind of like in a circle. It does not have to be perfect because it is a spider web. So you want it to look a little bit rough. And then when you get to where everything connects at, you can just tie those pieces together. It's real easy, real simple. Like I said, you can go around do it that way. And then that way, if you want, you can make sure like everything is nice and secure because you've tied it to each string. But it really doesn't move because it's not something that you really are touching a lot, but you'll trim off that excess and that's that. Okay, so then this is the second way you do it. But don't do this. I messed up. I measured for the inside, but then I started to put it on the outside. So when you're measuring your yarn out for your piece, you want to make sure you're measuring enough for whichever section you're doing. But again, I tied it off at the beginning, but this time I'm just looping it around. You see, I just go under and over and just pull it tight, over and under, pull it tight, and then you'll just continue to go around. And you can see it is staying in place perfectly fine. When I got to the end, I realized that was not the section I was supposed to be doing. I didn't want to start over, so I just hot glued those pieces together. You wait till the glue dries some before you put your fingers on it like I did, and just hold it together until everything is completely dry. I ended up putting another round in the middle just to make it more spider webby. And then I have this little spider from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack. This is purple. I didn't want it purple, so I just painted it gold, and that way it kind of goes with the frame there too. And then you can just glue that on once you decide which place you want into it. You can add a little signage to this. You can add string lights to this. You can get real creative with this, but I just want to keep mine nice and simple, and this is how it turned out. Let's do this quick Halloween DIY using Dollar Tree items. You can do this in so many different ways. Dollar Tree does have this ring set, and it'll come like in a set with different ones. But I'm just going to use two pieces. So I'm using the big one, the medium size one. I'm going to take some twine from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to attach those pieces together, kind of trying to create like a moon shape. I don't know if you can see it right now, but I'm just going to wrap the twine around. I'm not wrapping mine around really neat or anything like that. You can cover the whole thing in this. It'll take a little more time and a lot more twine. But I'm just trying to get like a rough look here. So you can just pull that. You don't want to pull too tight at the beginning because then the loops will overlap themselves. So you want to be like loose, but not too loose. And you can, if you wanted everything to stay like in this position as you're doing it, you can just hit it with a little dab of hot glue as you're going along. But I want mine to have like a rough kind of look, if that makes sense. So I'm just going around two times with the twine. Like I said, I'm not covering the whole thing, not hitting it up everywhere. And then this is how it looks. And then just to end that off, I'm just going to snip it and take some hot glue and wrap that around and glue that down. That's just it, real simple. And then you can see the other pieces are loose. You can leave them like that, or you can secure them, or you could have secured them before. I'm just going to take and put a little bit of hot glue. Not, again, not in every place because I want it to have that rough look. I don't want it to look uniform or anything like that. So I'm just taking and putting glue in certain places. And then now I have this sign. This sign comes on like the little pokey stick, and then it comes three pieces. I'm going to take and use the back of it. They do have wood blocks that are kind of shaped like this, but they are smaller. This one is a bit longer. So I'm just going to paint that, which is one coat of black paint. I'm going to get around all of the edges. I don't have to worry about the back because you're not going to see it because we're making a wreath or door hanger or what have you. So I don't have to worry about the back. But once that is dry, this is how it looks with the rough coat. And then too, because I had some glue on there, I did on this on my Cricut. I just created a little welcome witches sign, put a border on it. It was really easy, really simple. And then I cut it, put it to some transfer tape, and then I'm going to put that on the sign. You can use stickers, you can use stencils, you can use a lot of different things to do that. And then this is how that looks. And now I'm just going to attach that to the wreath. Real simple with just a bit of hot glue just to make sure everything stays down and in place. And once that dries, just apply a little pressure. Once that dries, then I'm going to just give it a little more decorations. I had these hats. They sell these every year at Dollar Tree. I had them since last year. They come apart, I guess, if you don't take care of them. So I'm just going to glue it because nothing a little hot glue can't fix. So I'm just going to glue that back around to the base. But you can see it does have a little plastic base underneath there. So if you didn't want that on there, you can just take that off and decorate it how you want. I'm going to take more of the twine that we use to cover up the reform, and then I'm just going to attach that to the top of the hats and just have the hats like floating there. So just a little bit of hot glue towards the top and just wrap it around, let that dry, and then snip it however long you want it to hang. And then I hot glued those into place. For the tail, I just hot glued that to another piece of twine that was already hanging there. And this is basically it. You could leave it just like that if you want, but to make it look really cool, like at nighttime and stuff like that, I have these string lights. Mine are from IKEA, but Dollar Tree does sell string lights just like this. You can just tape that to the back, glue that to the back there, and then you can just wrap around the string lights however you want. And then this is how it looks. It'll look really pretty and nice and lit up at nighttime, but I hope this gave you some inspiration to make your own fun, easy DIYs. Two super quick and easy Dollar Tree Halloween DIYs. All right, so these are old ones that I've done, but I love them and I wanted to share them because they're so quick and so easy. So as soon as I got the dog out of the way, I started the project. So I have these three skulls from Dollar Tree, and they had like this nice color to them. They did have them in other colors. I was going to do like a candle holder with these, but then I changed my mind because I have shells in my house, and so I wanted to do a little decor piece for Halloween with these. So you just take off the stickers on the bottom. They have a little opening in there, so you could, if you wanted to, prop something up there. You could do a lot of cute little different things with these, or you could just leave them out as plain decor. But I'm gonna make like a bookend with these, so I'm just gonna stack them up. So they're gonna be like little stacked skeletons, and these are hard. These are not plastic or anything like that. They're like, I don't want to say they are ceramic. Maybe they are ceramic, but it's a hard material. So you just want to make sure everything connects to each other. So it's real easy to do. And then I took those two and put those on top of that one. And then I had my little stack skeletons. You have to hold it in place while the glue dries to make sure everything does connect. If you connect them the right way, they can stand up on their own. But I had these cement bases. I don't know if you can find these still, but Dollar Trees, they come in and out with these. They're these cement bases, and then they have like a little metal piece in them. You'll find them in the candle holder section. There's a little metal piece that goes in there, and then they're like a candle holder. But I just get the base. I just take it and use the base. I never use the as with the metal piece. But I'm gonna take and glue these down to that. But like I said, you don't need that part if you just make them stand up straight. You can go without doing that. You can go ahead and paint everything the same color so that everything is one color, but I like the look of it. And so that is really it for the DIY. Like I said, super quick, super easy, and it just adds a little Halloween pop to your decor. Or if you have shells like I do and you like to decorate them for different holidays and seasons, this is one that is real quick. And you don't even have to use ceramic ones. You can use different type skulls too to do the same look, or pumpkins maybe too. Now, Dollar Tree for the past couple of years has been coming out with these cups. These are like dupes, but this is a plastic version. If you want like a metal version, you can go to Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. They'll have them. But it's like a plastic version of like a Pottery Barn type cup. And I love these, so you don't have to worry about them breaking anything. I have them still, the same ones I originally bought. So I was going to use them for the DIY, and then I changed my mind. So I'm going to do it this way. So I'm just going to take these bowls from Dollar Tree. The small one comes in a pack. And then this candle holder also from Dollar Tree. And just to give it a little height, I'm going to glue the small bowl onto the bottom of the candle holder, and then the big bowl onto the top of the candle holder. You can do this with different type bowls, different type candle holders, but this is how it looks. I spray painted everything black so that it all looks the same. And then they have these little fake rats. You can see the little things hang off their tails and everything and stuff. So I love how these look. You can find them like in the Halloween section, or you can use skeletons because a lot of high-end stores use that. But this is how it looks. Just glue those on and you're done. So that's it for those two quick Halloween DIYs.